Really happy with my shot right now, so let's get some streaks going.
And jinxed it.
Amazing how this works.
So me and a friend of mine use this term a lot, jinxed it, especially if it goes well for someone of us and we're saying, hey, it's going so great, and then it's obvious that it will stop in the second we say it's going great. Today I'm going to tell you why jinxing it actually works. There's a mathematical reason for that. When are we talking about something is going great? When do you tell this to your friends? Or when do you tell the camera that, hey, let's hit a streak, it's going great, I feel great, my shot is going great. So let's stick to the basketball example, but really this applies to a lot more examples. Let's say this is your true shooting percentage, you're hitting like 50%, okay? So in reality you are a 50% free throw shooter. Shaq, I'm talking to you. Now obviously sometimes you shoot worse than that, right? Are you going to brag about here or say, hey, I feel great, let's hit some streak? No, you're not, right? And then sometimes it goes high up and now you are at 60%. And in this period, you hit a lot of streaks. You feel like the king, the best. And you just came off this streak here. And now you say, hey, it's going great. Maybe I can blah. Maybe I can hit 20 in a row or something. Now, obviously, this is called regression to the mean. Now, obviously, it goes down again, at least at a certain point. It doesn't mean, by the way, that it goes down at this point, like the model example that we are showing right now. But eventually you're gonna reach your true shooting percentage of 50% again. It's, by the way, the same thing if you are a coach or a teacher or someone who teaches someone or evaluates someone, and he's doing great. So you say, hey, good job, man, you're doing great. It is likely that he will be disappointing you in the next upcoming events. Let it be his game quality or his school grades. Or if you tell your child, hey, wow, you have been doing great lately, good job, it's likely that his grades will go down afterwards. So don't be fooled into thinking that he's not doing well now because you acknowledged his success. It's just the fact that you were likely to do it at this point and not at this point. So if he has good grades here, he's not gonna necessarily continue because he just had that phase where, like, let's say by chance 4 of his best subjects came in a row, the tests of those subjects came in a row, and he scored really well in them. And then the next 4 subjects, just by chance, are his worst subjects. You don't know that, he didn't influence that, but that's how it turned out to be the case, right, just by chance. The psychological factor and all that is, even though you know probably that you are overshooting your ability, you still will feel that you kind of deserve what has happened, and you really think, or feel at least, that you are that good. And now all of a sudden you're not that good anymore. So does this mean that I actually will miss the next shot if I hit 10 in a row and then I say, hey, let's go hit some
10
streaks?
of 10, streak alert. Have I ever made the first free throw after saying streak alert? I don't think so.
Does this mean that I will miss the next one just so the shooting percentage gets down to the average again, regression to the mean? That doesn't mean that. If we display this a little bit differently, at the beginning you score super good, okay? This is like 100%. Now, does this mean you automatically drop down? No, it actually means you will likely, and on average, go parallel to this line. It just does not matter, this distance does not matter anymore, because you don't go in a straight line anyway, right? You have something like this. And accumulated, this actually goes a little bigger. So this is your average shooting percentage. The real result you get will be something in this range. And this distance will grow bigger, okay? The variance is not getting smaller over time, it's getting bigger. So you have all sorts of these graphs here. And those amplitudes are just getting bigger and bigger over time. So obviously this is also again a model. But if you started here, like with a really good streak at the beginning, it's not necessarily so that this will go down to the mean, because it has to regress to the mean. That doesn't mean it like that. It will just mean that it will likely go parallel to this. But this distance will later on be irrelevant because of the swings getting bigger and bigger anyway. So the distance will seem smaller and smaller. At the beginning, like let's say you made 10 out of 10 instead of 5 out of 10. Now that's huge, that's 100% instead of 50%. But it's in reality it's only 5 tries that you are ahead of the mean. Now if you keep on now parallel to the mean, those 5 attempts after 10,000 shots will still be only 5. So you haven't regressed really to the mean, but the 5 shots you ahead now are now irrelevant after 10,000 shots. So regression to the mean does not really mean you regress automatically to the mean. It just means the mean comes closer to you. At least it appears that way. But it for sure is, I mean, you don't go in exact parallel anyway, right? You do this, oh man, now it's completely screwed up. Let's use another color. This is your really mean, but you do something like this, okay? From this point on, this is your new middle line. So variance will eventually, the chances are that you will regress to the mean just by chance. It's just not that way that it's likely just because you overshot at that one point. It doesn't mean you go back to the mean automatically. It means you will likely go back by chance, because the swings get bigger and bigger. My drawing skills are amazing. So obviously there are some good examples in my previous videos, the coin flip video here, or the basketball video where I shot most basketball shots in 1 hour. Those are both good examples. I recommend that you click on the coin flip video, because I talk about standard deviation and coin flip. This is like a perfect example for that.